Hey, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm gonna show you something mind-blowing. The way to run a powerful AI model, which is GPT-OSS in your local machine with a couple of lines of the code, and you can start interacting with GPT-OS thinking UI, and that's another local model. And then I'm going to show you how you are going to fine tune that model in my upcoming video. And if you haven't watched my earlier videos where I have walked through about the new GPT OpenWeight, how the OpenAI model has been released, their first major release since GPT-2 for OpenAI, kind of like a development of open source. And this model has 120 billion parameters and GPT 20 billion parameters. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna use the 20 billions, which is gonna be lighter. It can run into 16 CPU, and if it looks like it's gonna probably consume the 15 GPU, and it has a mixture of experts. So let's go and try to see is like how to run it locally. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I'm running this completely locally with a few lines of the code. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, I highly recommend you to subscribe for this exciting AI content. And before we get started, this is gonna be the GPT OS, which completely runs locally, and it started thinking, and it's 100% local, and it's used the Ollama hardware. So if you think if if you wanted to do, there's multiple ways you can fine tune the LLM models, and Ollama is one of the two that lets you run the large language models locally on your own systems without an internet and no key and no cloud. So, which means if you are an enterprise user, if you wanted to build your own LLM with the help of like open source and fine tune on top of it, and then create your pipelines and you do it into completely safety, and then this is a perfect tool for you because all it does it right, it exactly provide you simple command interface which is gonna be used with the REST API interactions, and it runs on your device. Privacy is in highest priority and speed, and it's offer the streaming process like a GPT out of the box, and it's gonna be works well with Streamlit, Langshade, you name it, right? So it's powerful one. And today I'm gonna show you how you are gonna do with Ollama and couple of commands straight away, right? And the major thing which you need to do is like you have to start installing, and if you have not done it right, you have my GitHub link, and when you start away clone this one and create your folder and then install the Ollama right into your machine. It doesn't take you longer time, it takes you a couple of ones. I'm gonna show you how it is being done in couple of prompts. So it's very straight away. You start downloading it, it's gonna generate a key for you, and then pull your model. So which are the models which you wanted to pull, you can pull that with the command. And I pull the 20 billion GPT OSS, and you create your dependency. You're gonna have your project.toml, and which has your dependencies, and then you started using the Streamlit app. I'm gonna walk through the code as well and how it's gonna looks like the UI, right? I'm gonna show you that as well. It's running at this moment. But, but before we need to understand how this entire process is happening, it right. Streamlit is my friend user interface, and Ollama is the library is interacting with the large language model, and Python is a programming language which I use it. And there is a function which gonna display my chart history and user input, and it's gonna talk to the my model and initiate the process of streaming it straight away. And it's gonna take you the time to respond you back as well. And then if you see it like its user enter his prompt and the context, and it's they initiated the session for with the help of like Ollama, and it's gonna goes back to the chart model which is backend, and then it's process it completely, and it's gonna start thinking it. So the major one into the GPT-OSS is all about the thinking one. So that's a crazy part of here. So earlier video I show you, right, there gotta be a tree. One is like low, medium, and hard. I can set it up that, and you can run this completely on a local with deep search capabilities straight away in that. So let me understand the project. So all you need to do is like you have to configure your Streamlit web app and create a function, right? So which is going to process the native thinking support, and this function which you're gonna calling it, it's gonna show the thinking one. So the moment you drop a kind of like a prompt, it started showing, right, how much time it's gonna give straight away, and it started. And then once it's done, it's gonna update the thinking is complete, and it's gonna return with your responses straight away. And this can be displayed through that. And this function is gonna have a kind of like a dictionary which is using between the user and assistant role. It's gonna invoke this MOE architecture with the spare, and then this is gonna give you the entire context and time, and if it's invoked the assistant, and then else the content. So similarly the thinking process is going to be initiated, and if you have a previous history of the chart history which has to be displayed through the message which is going to doing it. And then when it function gets user input, and it's gonna start responding it. So it's gonna be chat is gonna be user, the message is gonna go to the assistant, it started thinking it, and it's gonna be main function is to be provide the entire discussion and a history of that. And all you need to do is like couple of prompts right away. You can use my GitHub and start doing it. Let me show you this. And this URL looks pretty simple, but what I'm trying to do it here, I'm gonna show you how much time it's gonna respond me. It's gonna take a while bit of time to think about it. Let me ask like a distance between sun and earth. So I actually asked a thinking one with the help of the UI, and it started going back and trying to think how we gonna propose, because we need to give a time, right? Because we are running locally, and it's gonna run on the GPU, and it's gonna entirely summarize the context, and it is giving back. And if you have been kept it into the higher interference way, it is gonna respond you much faster to respond your query. And it's gonna take you a bit of like to five, like I can say is like probably 2 minutes of time to think, and comes back to give the answers to it. Let me wait the one. And if you wanted to start building something similar, and happy to comment me, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do this into the ones. So it takes some time. Let's see like what happened on a back end side of it. So it's complete its thinking process, and it straight away gives me the average distance, right? So user asked the distance between sun, and that is average into the semi-major axis of the orbit, and it's about like 149 million kilometers as a issue. That's how it's gonna invoke the assistant, and it comes back to the distance, right? It started telling me the exact distance between that right? And what I'm gonna do it, right? So I think like whether this model is giving me the accurate results. um you can check into your own chat gpt and try to see it out. And I hope you like this one. And my GitHub repo is straight away for you, and you can start using it without any APIs, without any internet. Use your thinking man with a couple of lines of the code. Thanks for watching it.